Yeah, I have a gems and gems. For him. Well, I was going to just go to you real quick, Nye and Sig. I'm bouncing in 5 minutes. You want to keep it open or close it?
We can close it, but I just or that's up to Sig. But let me just ask a question to him. Yeah. I love you, sir. I love your voice. Everything you've contributed to this room today has been spot on, and I will not argue against any of the points you just made because I agree. But I was highlighting why we as a people don't get along and love each other and trust each other collectively. So my question to you, based on everything you just said, are you suggesting, based on what you just said, all the truths that you just outlined, that these are the reasons why today in 2025, Black Americans collectively, I'm not talking about individual, what we're doing in our friend groups and our families and our churches, collectively, why we don't get along as a people and why we're constantly divided with black men this, black men that, except black women this, black women that. That's what I meant to say. These are the reasons, because of systems in place, why we still hold each other in so low regard. Is that what you're suggesting? Because that was the point that I was trying to make, why we can't get along in this day and age, right? And we blame everything for these reasons as if we don't have the mental fortitude to rise above all of this, right? We love Jesus and God, and we're in the church. So why today in the 21st century, we're in the age of technology where they can plug a machine up to our brain and we can upload ourselves to the cloud, why we still cannot get along with each other? Are you suggesting because it's the systematic racism and Charlie Kirks of the world? This is just a question so I can get some clarity.
So we have risen above it many times, but we're under constant attack by the state, by political parties, by nefarious entities in this country, organizations, think tanks that are always thinking of ways to undermine our progress, to attack our families, and to attack our communities. We're under constant barrage. There's always entities in this country plotting against us and figuring out how they can use the law and how they can use the state to undermine our families and to harm us. So we're in constant flux because of that, right? And we're the only group that this happens to. They bring people into this country to play buffer classes against us. The whole model minority trope that is used against us is based off of anti-blackness. Look it up, model minority. It denotes that Black Americans are lazy and don't want to work, and we have a victim mindset, and that's why we're not successful. But here, look at these Asians. They're successful because they don't have that. It is predicated on anti-blackness. And I will say, when you talk about technology, well, we can't do what you said yet. Can't do that. However, when you look at AI and the development of AI, it is well documented. It is well researched that AI itself, the programmers of AI, the developers of AI, developed biases against Black people within AI. Yes, other minority groups, but particularly Black people when it comes to AI. So yes, every fabric of society, and that's a fact, and no one can prove me wrong on that.
Well, we have the neural links. That's what I was referring to.
I'd like to jump in.
Yeah, every system that exists and every system that is created in this country, including AI, will show you anti-blackness. Even AI, when you ask AI, is there anti-blackness within AI? You know what AI will tell you? Yes, there is implicit bias, and it will tell you because the people who developed me or developed AI had biases against Black people, but that because the technology brought other Black people in, there's an attempt to change that reality. Right, but AI admits that it's anti-Black.
Chime in.
Go ahead, Albert.
Hold on, Albert. Just give me a second.
Sorry.
Real quick. No, it's okay. Sig, you're gonna keep it open because Nye and I are gonna be bailing in 5 minutes. What do you want to do, Sig?
Yeah, let's close it up in 5 minutes, man. I got some shit I gotta get into. Yeah.
Albert. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I tend to lean towards things that are quantifiable and qualitative, and not too ambiguous or esoteric. And to answer your question, NY, we endured an Holocaust. There's one thing to understand the system of racism, but the institution of racism. And because the way that white supremacy works, and that's of course the catchphrase that described white Anglo-Saxon Protestant racism, is a system that disperses